100 kings and 100 queens?
Coming August 25th is the series titled Press Me by King Stevian. This 6-episode series begins with Series 1, which features Stevian as a supposed-to-be servant, but was hiding his true identity from this lovely lady who he went to win over. Find out in the first episode why he disguised himself as a servant. Who was this lady? What did Stevian do to this lady that made her melt like a popsicle? Did he lick the juices of the popsicle? And what happens after she reveals who she really is, after hiding it from Stevian on the first episode of Press Me out on this channel here on YouTube and on lounges.tv on pay-per-view only $8. And some change, which is cheaper than your McDonald's meal you be going out your way to eat, August 25th. See it on YouTube. Subscribe now below by clicking the link in the description, which is only $29.99 per month. The best fiat you'll ever spend. Those who watch the first series will get rewarded at the end of the series by receiving the UGH mixtape by King Stevian and DJ Roski and receive 2 deeds to settle your debts with worth $1 trillion in lawful money credits, which include real gold, pyrite, Jamaican sand, amethyst, gold citrine, black tourmaline, and real moissanite stones, which are harder than diamonds. All this will be on the cover of the series' USB album cover and the USB, which be on sale September 22nd as a pre-sale and on September 25th for actual sale. If you haven't subscribed as a $29.99 per month member joiner, then today is yo day to join. Smash that join button or click the link in the description to get ready to watch this exciting Kingdom series. Also, to watch over 900 plus videos on YouTube by King Stevian.
Okay, coming in for the 2848, okay? This is one of the 5 things you have to do on the pre-steps, okay? Like I told everyone, there is pre-step 1, pre-step 2, pre-step 3, okay? Now, you have these IRS documents here, which really counts as one together. That's your durable power of attorney, Form 56, 2848. You can count that as 1. 2 will be your silver registration, okay? And then last, for pre-step 3, is your birth certificates, okay? In the last video, one of the last videos, I spoke about the birth certificates, the live birth being apostille, and the regular birth certificate being authenticated, and why. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to give you alley-oop, just like I did on the other one, dealing with the international driver's license. Okay, I'm only supposed to be talking about the 2848 durable power of attorney Form 56, but I'm going to go into this a little bit, so that way when you get to the teaching about the silver or the copper, you'll already have a heads up. So what I'm going to do before I go into the 2848 is go over to, we're going to go to jmbullion.com. And then we're also going to go over to moneymetals.com. Okay? All right. So when you go to Money Metals, we're going to start with Money Metals. You're going to go over to, you're going to put in silver pyromet, card. Okay? Now, right there, the first one is your Pyromet card. Okay? You're going to click on the one that's $43.26. Okay? Now, they used to be, it comes up to $44.26. They used to be $30-some. So let's go over to JM Bullion and see if it's cheaper over there. Type in silver in the search bar, silver Pyromet card. That's Pyromet. And you see it right there. We're going to click on that and see what their price is. Theirs is $46, and Money Metals is $44. So I'd rather go with the cheaper one because they both are the same no matter what. Okay? So we're going to get out of JM Bullion, stick with moneymetals.com. Save you $2. You can buy you one of them cheap McDonald's hamburgers. I know you don't eat that meat, but anyway, we'll talk about that on another. So when you get this, you're going to pay for this. You're going to get an invoice. So when you pay for this, you're going to print it out, okay? And you're going to email me cityside2006@gmail.com. Show me proof that you ordered it, okay? You're going to go to paypal.me/STT, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, T as in Tickle My Fancy. Estate Trust, STT Estate Trust. PayPal.me/STT Estate Trust. And you're going to tender $45. Now, how is this different from the regular silver paper certificate that I have? Well, the silver certificate that I have is valued at $1 billion. When you get the barcode from me, when you get this card, you're going to take it to a jeweler. And that silver barcode that you get from me from tendering the $45, I'm going to do your embosser template, your ink stamp template, okay? And I'm going to email that back to you along with the actual deed, ownership deed. Before assignment is done, you have to make a claim. So let's go over to 31 USC 3727. Okay? Going to go to Cornell Law University. Okay? Now, it says a transfer or assignment of any part of a claim, see, against the United States government or of an interest in the claim. The authorization to receive payment for any part of the claim. So what you're doing when you do this assignment to any company and settle the debt, you attach that with a 236 form for whatever the bill is. I don't care if it's a car, a house, whatever. You assign it to them along with the contract where you will do the accepted for credit on. If you don't know how to do the accepted for credit, please go watch my video on the 1099A. It's a private video. You have to subscribe on YouTube as a member joiner, which is $29.99 per month. And then you type that in. It's the most recent video that was done in August, okay? August 2025. That's the one you will watch. And I tell you how to write the accepted for credit. Don't do it the way everybody used to do it in the past. That is not how it's done, okay? This is done according to the codes. All right, so, and according to the way the Treasury wants us to do it, okay, and the way they will accept it. Now, it says an assignment may be made only after a claim is allowed. The amount of the claim is decided. That means that's the amount of the claim on the house, the car, the instrument, the contract, and a warrant for payment of the claim has been issued. So the warrant is the silver, okay? That means it's a surety. A warrant is also a guarantee. So when they have a warrant for your arrest, that means you yourself are the surety. That's why when they have a warrant for your arrest, you have to send them this, the 236 form, along with the 2 deeds. Okay, let me see if I can pull up the deeds for you. I want to pull up some deeds for you so y'all can see this. So y'all can get a great understanding of what's done. Okay, I know we're talking about the 2848, but you have the power of attorney as the king or queen to operate this on behalf of your straw man. Okay, so we're going to go to, let's go to the Bitcoin deed. We're going to do we're going to do the assignment, the certificate. Well, they won't let me do that. So let's go to the certificate here. That is the certificate. This is the certificate of ownership. Okay? Let's blow this up. I want y'all to be able to see this. This is the assignment from me, since it's coming from my goal to you. It's valued at $10 billion. Okay? I don't have no more of these right here, but I have some new Bitcoin certificates that are coming in as collectibles, and they have real gold on them. Okay? So, as you see, it said this certificated deed is assigned to and owned by. So this is where you take ownership from me to yourself. This certifies that you own it. This is your claim on the gold or the collectible and memorabilia. Okay, as you see at the top, it says memorabilia. That is a collectible, mineral deposits, gold, pyrite, and foreign real estate usage and usage rights. Okay, valued at $10 billion. So you're not giving them the full thing. You just show them your bank account, which in your ledger, you need to order a ledger from me. You can order one. You can donate anything. I can give you the digital ledger. You can donate $5 if you wanted to, and then on PayPal.me/STT Estate Trust, in the note section, put for digital ledger. And I will email you back a copy of the ledger book. Okay, you can go to your local copy shop and you can print that out. Have them printed out in book form. Okay, and then on this page, you type in your notary. Okay, you type in your notary, and then you will have this notarized showing that you own it. Now, on your original that you get in the mail, you do not write on that. You're going to make copies of this. Many copies as possible. For every company that you're showing this to, you want a different copy. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, this shows the ownership. So let me go show you the actual assignment. Okay? This here is the assignment deed. Remember, it says an assignment can only be made once a claim is made. It has to be made. So as you see here, it says entitlement order assignment certificate according to 31 U.S.C. 3727 and 31 CFR 20.14 through 17. Okay? So you're giving them power of attorney to go to the Treasury to get the money. Now they are liable. Okay? Remember I told y'all with the 1099 OID, you have to become the issuer. This is how you become the issuer of this instrument. Because you're going to take that number and you're going to write it on the 12 digit. You're going to drop the 0 off and you're going to write this 12 digit on that instrument to bring value. Since this has real gold attached to it, you're like King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. So you're transferring the value from this onto that instrument, whether it's a mortgage contract, car contract, cable contract, phone contract, child support contract, any summons that you get in court, any warrant that you have a copy of, any negotiable instrument. Okay, you're settling it in the private. Even though once it goes in the USPS mail, it's now public. Why? Because it's coming from the private out of your ledger into the public to a public corporation. Now they're liable, and they're liable for taxation. Now this is where your 8288A, 8288B comes into place, and you have to fill that out. And once you get the instrument from them, you do a 1099A accepting it. Please watch my video, 1099A, the one that was did in August 2025. Again, if you haven't subscribed as a member, join it for $29.99. Please do so at this time so you can see that video, so you know how to acquire the debt instrument. So once you acquire it, you have a claim on it. You're going to get with me and get another barcode that specifically goes on that negotiable instrument. And that shows you own the instrument. And you're going to put that barcode number on the 1099A. After you mail it off in the mail, everything in the mail, then certified mail, not registered mail, certified mail, and you're going to, next day on USPS tracking, you're going to extend it out for 5 to 10 years. So this allows you to bring the postmaster back into court to prove that that company received it. He or she is your witness now. Now it becomes federal because you got the 236 attached and you have the USPS tracking number attached. Okay? So, the information over here, the debt being settled, if the car is $30,000, you're going to write $30,000 right here. If the car is $1 million, you put $1 million there. USPS 10-year tracking number there. Authorized by who? You. Print your first, middle, and last. If you're doing it as the king, which the king's supposed to be handling this, not the person, not the living being, put your king name here, sign your signature here. Witness, you need 2 witnesses because under 31 CFR, 240 USC 3727, it says you have to have 2 witnesses. Okay, same thing on the 236 form. So over here, it says settled by. That's your king or queen name. I signed this document to you. Okay, so you're the owner. The debt instrument attached. Then you type in the name of the debt instrument here. So if it's for the car, you put it there. If it's a contract number, you put it in there. Then down here, from receipt number, be the same thing as over here. If you got the receipt number, contract number here, you put that down here too. The company you gave this instrument to, their name goes here. So remember, you're the lender and they're the borrower, just like the scriptures say. You're going to use your state's notary acknowledgement. Look it up online and see your state's notary acknowledgement and type it up, take it to a notary, and have them sign and notarize it, okay, with their stamp, okay? Now, that's that on that. Just want to show y'all this. So let's go back to the code. Warrant for payment. So a warrant is a surety, a guarantee for payment. So when they have a warrant out for your arrest, they have you, because you haven't separated yourself as a straw man. They have a warrant, meaning you are the surety for payment. That's why they hold you, and they can put bonds on you. So you have to do a dispute letter, type it in on YouTube, do a DLT, D as in dog, L as in Larry, T as in Tom. Having King Stevian do a DLT and follow those instructions. The video avatar or page banner will be gold, blue, and white. So you'll know you have the right video. It said must be made freely and must be attached to 2 witnesses. See what I told you? So I'm lining everything up with the code. So when I tell you I go by the code, I go by the code. This is why the Treasury lets this stuff go through easy, because we're following their rules. If you went to any other country, they have rules as well, and you have to follow them. This is why I say when people see and mislead y'all and tell y'all, oh, you can do it in your kind of way, you can make a mistake, lies. You liar. It says the person making the assignment shall acknowledge it before an official who may acknowledge a deed. This is why on that assignment deed, it's called a deed. And the notary signs it and acknowledges it. See? And it says, and shall certify the assignment. It says the certificate shall state that the official completely explained the assignment when it was acknowledged. So you got to tell them what you're doing. An acknowledgement under this subsection is valid for what? Any purpose. Car, house. I would say prostitute, but I ain't going to say that. They probably listening. Give a goddamn prostitute a 236 for. Here you go, girl. But anyway, just joking. So, it says, does not apply to finance institution of money due or to become due under contract providing for payments totaling at least $1,000. See, the contract does not forbid an assignment. But this is what's funny about your mortgage. Okay, they cannot assign this. So when you do your DLT ladder, state this code and says the contract does not forbid or forbids an assignment. So read your contract and see which one. Okay? So I wanted to go into that before I go into the 2848 so y'all can clearly get this. Now, once the king or queen is the power of attorney, this 2848 goes with your durable power of attorney together. Do not turn in the 2848. Do not turn in the durable power of attorney with the Form 56. Form 56 is for the dead. 2848 is for the living. Okay? And plus the straw man is disabled because it can't move. It's dead. Right? So understand why you're doing this. Now, you don't have to tell the IRS representative this because most of them know, some of them don't know. But it's not for you to try to go in there and tell them this stuff. If it's the right agent, they already know what time it is. Okay? So, you put your first, middle, and last here. Full address, no zip codes. No zip codes. Let me make sure I specify that. I mean, no P.O. boxes. Whoever taught y'all to do that mess, lied. Because the P.O. boxes, they can find out who you is anyway. Some of y'all think it's hiding. So you're going to use the physical address. Then down here for the representatives, now over here on the right side with the taxpayer identification number, that is the social. Okay? Put your daytime phone number here. Down here where it says representative, that is the king or queen name. You're going to put king if it's John, King Nod, you spell John backwards, King Nod, and then you put of the, then you put whatever the last name is of the straw man that you was born with. This is the born name. Not what you was married with, not no Moorish name, not no dang derivative name. It's the full name. Spell out the first name, spell out the middle name, spell out the last name. This is why y'all not having solution. If you're looking for remedy, we don't deal with remedy. We deal with solutions. Because y'all are using derivative of names. And let me show you something. Because some of you might not believe a word I say. But I'm going to get back to this right here in a second. Let's go to, we're going to go to 18. We're going to go in 1342. Okay? Y'all like the way I just did that? Just go up there and type that number in there, you get it? Look at that. So, it says, whoever, for the purpose of conducting, promoting, or carrying on by means of postal service, any scheme or device mentioned in section 1341 of this title, and make sure you read that, or any other unlawful business usage, because this is what a lot of people do. When you use a derivative of a name, that is a scheme. You're not using the correct name. Any company doing it, this is how they run to the treasury. So this is why you have to correct every company, banks, all of them, and tell them to use your first, middle, and last. Or any other unlawful business. Their unlawful business is they're running to the treasury without your permission. Users are assumed or request, so they assume this is your name and that's not your name. Or request to be addressed by. You see what they're going into? You don't say you're addressed by Mr., Mrs., first, middle initial, last name initial. You cannot be addressed by any of that. Any fictitious, false, or assumed title. You cannot have a title at all. If your name is King Naj of the Johnson Estate, that is not assumed. That is your actual name, foreign name. So, name or address or name other than his own proper name. See, when you're in the private, your name is totally different. But in the public, if they're addressing you by a name that is not yours, or takes or receives from the post office, or unauthorized depository, see, of mail matter, see, depository, any letter, postal card, package, or other mail matter addressed to any such fictitious, false, or assumed title, name, or address, or other than his own proper name. Proper name is your first, middle, and last. Shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. If I was you, I'd go look up the fine on that. See? So when we dealing with the 2848, do not deal with a P.O. box. Stop using derivatives of your name, because you're not hiding from any postal codes. So down here, you use as a fictitious name, use your king name, full king name, so it'll be King Naj of the last name estate. Okay? And the address matches up because the king or queen is taking over this address as a branch office and being over the straw man. First, middle, and last. No derivative. This stops all that derivative mess. So you're always going to check this box where it says check if to be sent copies of notices and communications. And that's our representatives. Part 1 was the taxpayer information, where the social, the phone number, and the physical address and full name goes. On the right side on section 2, where it says CAF number, PTIN, put please send. Please send. So you're requesting it right here. Okay? You're requesting the PTIN number. Okay? Now, you're going to scroll past and go to 3, where it says acts authorized. You are required to complete section 3. Okay? So, if you look, you're going to copy all of the things here. It says description of matter, income, employment, payroll, excise. All these things here, you are going to copy and paste in the below section. Okay? Now, on the tax form number, you're going to type in 1040, 1041, 3520s, 8288s, 1099s, 941, 720, 706, 709, and 943. Any other documents you know, you put. Never put all forms. Okay? On the right side, where it says years and periods, this is how you do this. You're going to put your date of birth to the present year you're in now, comma. Then you're going to put the current year you're in now, and then you're going to go up 5 years. So if it's 2025, you're going to be doing 2030. Okay? To 2030. And every 5 years, you will have to renew this. Okay? Now, that's on section 3. Section 4, you're going to skip that. Section 5A, You're going to check all those boxes. Access to my IRS records, okay? Authorized disclosure to third parties, substitute or add representatives, check, sign, and return. And it got a semicolon there. So you're going to put durable power of attorney, the one you got from me, pages 1, 10, 12, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And you're going to put C attached. Because your durable power of attorney have to go with this, and 2 weeks later, 1 to 2 weeks later, after you turn in your Form 56, you're going to turn this in. Now, under 5A, where it says Other Acts, you're going to put Banking Secrecy Act. You're going to put National Bank Act, and you're going to put Social Security Act. Any other acts that you can think of, you can put there as well. Okay? So if you know of any other acts, those are the acts. Okay? Because all this still deal with taxes and banking when it comes to the IRS. Now we're going to go down. We're going to go all the way down to Section 7, Taxpayer Declaration and Signature. Now, the taxpayer is the all caps name on the right bottom. Okay? Now, but on the left, you're going to put the king or queen name, print it, and above that, you're going to sign it. Now, you can put, over where it says title, the beneficiary can sign in Section 2. Okay? And then up underneath, you got the all caps name, first, middle, and last. And then on the right side where it says print name, you would actually print the all caps name again, and then above you would sign it as the beneficiary. You can do that. But the majority of the way the IRS, and you should follow suit, they send it back and had the king sign it. So I put the executor, I put the power of attorney, / trustee. So executive / power of attorney / trustee. Then I put the all caps name on the bottom right, and then on the left I printed out my king name, full king name, King Stevian of Cityside, and then above I signed King Stevian of Cityside, and I dated it for the date that I had to sign it, and I mailed it back. Because they sent just back this declaration, so that lets you know that the king can sign. And they know who I am. So, down to the part where it says Declaration of Representative. You're going to put E, because you are an employee. This is why I say when y'all do y'all Trust 9-8 or your estate, you have to put an employee, because the trustee is an employee. Okay? Now, in order to get a tax ID number in your king name, you will have to use a W-7 form. And you would have to have your international driver's license and your passport, your international passport, which is your world passport. Okay? Now, license and jurisdiction, you're going to put your birth state there. On the right, where it says bar license, certification, registration, you're going to put your POA barcode number, 13-digit. Then you're going to sign the king name there, and you're going to date it for the date you sign it. That is it on this form here, 2848. I just showed you how to do it. Do not change it around and do anything other than what I told you. If you do, there will be issues. Don't go trying to pull some up you learned from the past. When I show you how to do this, I'm showing you according to the IRS, according to the statutes, the handbooks of the IRS, according to the way of the U.S. Treasury. We have had nothing but success with these. Okay? So that is it for the 2848. And again, this goes with your durable power of attorney. In fact, you take it in 1 to 2 weeks later after you turn in the Form 56. Form 56 goes by itself. You walk it in. Now, when you take the 2848 in, you don't need a copy of the power of attorney. You take the regular power of attorney, not the authenticated one, not the apostilled one. Okay? Make sure it has the barcode on it, because if it don't, you won't be able to get no lawful money. They know the 13-digit barcode is international commerce, global commerce, world commerce. So, since you're foreign, you're able to mess with the things of the straw man. Okay? So you get this timestamp. You only get a copy of the 2848. That's all you need. Timestamp showing that you turned it in. And just in case any courts, any police, any sheriff, any state official want to bother you, you show them that you then took back the power of attorney of the straw man. All right. I'm done.